great. Look at all these people that are going to be staring at me. Something like this training session, systems training, Mitre saws, table saws, do give us a bit of an overview, and then obviously one of the main things that we want to do is at least have a play with some of these tools if you haven't used them before as well. So we don't want to be seen as that Rolls Royce of tools. We want to be seen as the, you know, it's a working tool designed to be used every day. You'll get your best return on investment with a Festool product if you use it every day, because as probably most of you know, you can work it faster, cleaner, more efficiently. All that's going to make the job quicker, making you more money.
So the Rolls Royce prices though.
Well, is it? Is it?
Milwaukee's, buddy.
It's getting up there now, isn't it? Like, yeah.
Yeah, right, it is.
Some tools you look at, like track saws, are so close in price now between a Festool and a competitors. It's like, why wouldn't you? But yeah, that's kind of the mindset. Value of Festool. So value of investing in Festool tools. On average, you guys will know better than me, but you can get up to, if not longer than 10 years use out of your tools. This graph is more or less just trying to teach people that we understand we are more expensive up front, but due to the quality of our tools, the quality of the components, the engineering, the design, we can outlast the competitors with less chance of breakdown and need of repairs. So over the long run of a 10-year period, spending less. So more up front, but whilst using the tools, actually getting more out of it and spending less in the future. So key quality components, obviously thermal overload, constant speed electronics, safety clutches on our things like our flanges for our saws internally. They've got some safety clutches in there as well, obviously keeping you guys safer. Mitre saw range, obviously just a brief overview range of that. We've got the two KS60 models, battery or corded. We've also got the big KS120, obviously allowing us to have a more accurate cut, less flex in the machine. I usually say with Festool, what it says it's going to cut is what you're going to get. And that's the advantage of the system, saving you time, cutting once, not multiple times, and then working efficiently and safely. Obviously now we're leaning into this safety aspect, is a lot of this dust control. You know, that is a big safety aspect. With our Mitre saws, track saws, table saws, dust extraction is always first and foremost with our tools. So that definitely plays a bit into the safety now, as well as time. You know, if we're not having to clean up the site, that's saving time, helping us make more money. Accessories, so like all of our tools, a full range of accessories to optimize the tool, from the Mitre saws, the mobile system with the trim stops, obviously being able to calibrate our stops, so again, working more efficiently. Full range of saw blades, dust extraction, all of that is how to optimize the tool. So now, touching on the table saw range, some of you pretty much got them all. I know, Lucas, you got the CS saws, I think you got one of these as well. So obviously different saws for different applications, different range. This has certainly been my favorite as of lately, the cordless one, but we do have the CS SYS 50 range and the larger TSK 80 as well. So obviously very application based. Most installing, trimming, everything that's small work, perfect. As soon as you get into the larger material, then that's where we have the bigger saws in that range there. So again, on-site trades, joiners, cabinet makers, flooring, same thing with the CS60, and then as soon as we go to the big guy, it is a pretty heavy unit, more so for in the workshop, or if you're on site for a long time, it's perfect to get set up. But yeah, as we can see, it's quite a heavy unit at 37 kilos for this big unit here. So the key benefits of the CSC SYS 50 table saw. Obviously what we really lean on is the mobile and compactness of the machine. So compact it fits into a sustainer, obviously, as you guys can see. The mobile trolley. What I really love about it though is the fact that we've got the sliding table, which will give us a 450mm cut capacity here. So it is really one of those tools where for a lot of applications it can eliminate having to take the Mitre saw as well. We can really do a lot of it here on the table saw. So 450mm capacity, docks, 280mm capacity, rib fence, and just over a 50mm height capacity. So yeah, I've really been enjoying using that tool lately. Cutting precision, completely all done digitally. So this thing I love. Obviously we've got a few presets there. We just hold the dial. If I know I'm doing a 45 with 16mm board, does all the work for us. If we need to adjust that in height, we can still adjust that. If we need to adjust that angle. So incredibly precise and accurate cuts, all done through here. It's also quiet as well. That's another huge benefit of the machine. It's actually a really quiet machine. So again, if we're working internally inside, and like all of our tools, quite good dust extraction obviously is very good on it as well. So
Like the power is quite surprising.
yeah, like with the correct blade, so like this is obviously an aggressive 16 tooth blade, but I've been using that to rip through solid 30 plus mil hardwood, and it's honestly,
like I was a bit skeptical,
yeah.
and then I got one. I was like, wow, this is.
So yeah, again, like with the saw, accessories, things like the table, correct saw blades to suit. Dust extraction is obviously a key component that we always focus on with our tools. Key quality benefits, when we talk about our brushless motor, it's actually what we call a closed frame brushless motor. All of our brushless motors have what we call a closed frame, which is a motor that is completely one unit, which means that our tolerances between our rotor and our field can be a lot smaller, increasing efficiency. It's also an 8-pole brushless motor compared to a lot of competitors which use a 6-pole motor, which again increases torque and efficiency. So that's key advantages on all of our cordless tools which have a brushless motor is in comparison to competitors. So if we aren't familiar, again, a little bit of show and tell with it. Obviously, when we are packing this machine up, one thing that's really smart about it, in my opinion, is everything has a label, so you know that when you're putting it away, you know where to park it. It's all a P position. So we can put our rip fence there, lower our blade into a park position. That's now set at the right height, so we know it's going to clear. Everything has a spot in the top cover. Lower our table and click it away. So it's really smart in the sense that everywhere has a position to put things away, so there's hopefully no chance of losing anything. But very quick and easy to get set up as well. So simply, obviously remove our lid. So now we'll just go through and touch on a few of the track saw options. We've got 5, if not more, track saws now in our range. Obviously varying in features, varying in whether or not they're a benefit. Obviously such as the scribe saw, track saw. Obviously that is giving us a 100% splinter-free cut due to the scribing blade on the front. So being that that's working in an opposite rotation to the blade means we can basically or borderline guarantee the fact that you're going to get a splinter-free cut depending on the material. So again, so first thing we touch on, key quality components when we talk about our track saws, the motor. So they're all in the brushed motors, they're all guided by brass bushing bearings as well, which is actually a really high low tolerance bearing. Replaceable guides on our saws, so again giving us a more accurate cut on our rail, because these are obviously going to wear down over time from running on the rail. We can adjust that to suit, making sure that we're getting the best quality or best accurate cut that we can. Talking about the key quality benefits, thermal overload protection in our motors, constant speed electronics, double row bearings, which I'm not sure if anyone's ever seen what a double row bearing looks like. So this is essentially a lot of the bearings that we'll use through our tools. They'll actually have 2 rows of balls in there, so they're stronger, less vibration, essentially less likely to fail at the end of the day. So our plunge saw family, cordless TS55, standard brush TS55, the newer version TS60. Some of the advantages of our newer saws like the scribe saw blade and the TS60 is it will run on our cross cut rail, which is the rail that will attach to the saw. If you're using it for doing a lot of docking cuts, eliminating bring a Mitre saw. Yep. So we'll go on the FSK rail as well as the FS guide rail. We've obviously got the TSV, which is what we briefly talked about before, and the TS75. So people that were working with a lot of thicker material, the 75 was kind of the go-to. So again, the 3 messages, why we sell Festool plunge saws: safety, dust extraction's better, anti-kickback on a lot of our new electronic tools. So like on our cordless, we've got the kickback sensor now. So as soon as that kicks, it's going to shut the tool off. Our corded tools are starting to get that if they have the brushless motor. So even on our quarter tools, we've got the kick back stop. As I said, the dust extraction, the safety blade brake, so rapid stop brakes, as well as if we're changing our blades, everything's easy. It's all locked out. We can't turn the machine on now. So again, that's just a little safety feature. So you can't accidentally turn it on. And then limit stops and dust covers as well. So we can actually enhance dust extraction on these by putting another cover over there as well. Cutting precision, perfect cut quality due to dual-sided splinter guarding on a lot of our standard track saws. So obviously we've got our splinter guard on our rail. We also have a secondary splinter guard that will push down on the outside, meaning we'll get it near enough on these saws, chip-free finish on both sides of the material. So if we are ripping down the middle of a sheet and we don't want to have a waste side, our track saws will obviously eliminate that. And then a versatile system of accessories as well. So we've got guides that will lock onto the rail for cutting straight, square cuts. We've got adjustable, we can join the rails. Obviously our clamp system with our rails, so just making it very versatile, making sure we're getting an accurate cut and making sure that it's safe as well.
So the idea is it's got a scribing blade on the front that runs along the material before your blade goes through it.
So this is spinning in this rotation as opposed to the blade spinning in this rotation.
And what that does is prevents like
Tear out. Yeah, as Lucas was saying, it's 4 tools in one, the HKC saw. Freehand saw, runs on standard FS guide rail, runs on our crosscut rail, and does act as a plunge saw as well. System versatility allows you to cut a really wide board with really accurate miter capacity. So again, if it's a really large bit of material and you need it to miter the end, say moving the material onto a table saw, or onto a miter saw I should say, you can actually take the saw to the material. So there are some key advantages of the tool, but I reckon the best thing we could probably do now would be to get some material out and have a play with some of the tools.
Oh yeah, like butter. Wow. Not bad, considering how thick that is. Very good
Cut quality.
Yes.
I mean that's a 16
That's a heavy
tooth
hardwood.
blade. 16 tooth blade.
Very quiet. Very
Yeah.
quiet.
So let's change our blade. We might be ripping some flooring now.
Wow.
We put it into park position. So we'll lower the blade. So over here we've got the little park icon. That just sets our blade to about 30 mil, and that allows us to access through the back to change our guard. So we can pop it in here and put it back in.
How do you change the, how do you dismantle?
So in here, yep. So we have this little flap through here.
Blade
Blade stops over here on the back there, and like any saw blade, we're just going in the direction of rotation.
cuts quicker on a thinner blade, but the disadvantage is you get more flex. So if you're trying to, if you need to be super accurate, like you really
Yeah, I know, right? Obviously, when we're changing the blade, we
you want to split the blade so it doesn't.
that out.
Once the blade gets loaded by the material, it doesn't warp as you should.
When we're cutting our flies.
Yeah, exactly. But that's also to do with how you're feeding it. So if you're not feeding it perfectly
Chuck out
straight,
42. So this is the
What
scope of
size is the
delivery.
blade?
It's a 168.
168.
So you can fit it to a standard 160 mil blade,
Yeah.
and we can recalibrate our height settings. Because what we do when we first get the saw, we always set it to exact 0. So depending on your overall diameter, we can recalibrate.
Ah, okay.
So if you
So we can use aftermarket blades. Yeah.
20 mil ball,
Yeah.
1.8 mil thick.
Yeah.
So as long as we're working in that parameter, then you're fine.
yeah, I think I've got a. I might have a. What are the red ones?
Diablo.
Diablo on
Yep.
there at the
Yep.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you just recalibrate the height, or you just didn't bother. It's just near enough.
Some people do the other way. So what do I go?
Yeah,
Go like
so we
that.
just said
So
30.
okay.
Dust extractors kick quiet. We have got a push stick right here if you do need to use it.
Oh, that's nice.
So if I want to go say on an angle, what do I do?
So we want to make sure we're not too close to this.
Yeah.
So when we're using this guard, we're limited to how close we can be if we want to do an angle.
Okay.
So what we will do, flick this over, and now we can get up closer. So if we still wanted to do 40, but we wanted to bevel that over, we can press this button here and start to dial.
Holy shit.
So depending on what angle, do you
So
want
let's just go, yeah.
25?
25. So we then don't need to
That's
lock
fine.
anything,
No.
that's it. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Nice cut, yeah?
Yeah.
Effortless. Considering that's quite a hard wood.
No burn, nothing.
Yeah, no burn, no
Cut quality.
no marks.
Yeah, cut quality is there because obviously the speed of the machine, it doesn't, it's not like it drops in speed, and that's where you might get burnt.
Open for me to see.
So yeah.
That's pretty cool. There's that got. That has the degrees on it already.
Yep, so you've got some detents obviously for common stuff.
Everyone loves seeing a lady in the pool.
So even women
Even
can
if she is
use
a
it?
pool.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
Set on the
These are a lot of presets. So Steve's just gone through the dial and we can just find a preset,
oh,
hold the button down,
wow.
and now it's going to readjust itself to 0
Straight.
degrees.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so cool.
When we start getting it through, if you need to, you can use this push stick. Again, keep your fingers further away and to get that cut fixed material up there.
So this one goes.
Finger does touch it, you're okay.
Yeah,
Put it up
so we
against
have
the
that.
fence.
And then we just look in here, we eye it off in here, making sure that we're staying as close to that as we can. Turn her on, and we just feed her in.
Ah, do it.
There it is. Red button.
There you go.
Hey.
And then you charge $65 a square metre.
The blade stops so quickly too, I just noticed.
So rapid stop brake, obviously it's another
Really
safety
clean. Oh my
feature.
God, look how neat it is.
Yeah.
Talking